Y'all ready to blaze away or what?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is truly the end of an era. Sony just announced a couple of hours ago that physical disc production is ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. And what's funny about this terrible news is they start off by saying as consumer preferences, consumer's choice. This has nothing to do at all with the player's choice because a lot of people love collecting physical copies and owning them. I mean, if it wasn't for the ability to do that, I wouldn't be playing GTA 4 right now. I have the physical CD, pop that bad boy into my old Xbox, and I've been playing and having a great time. All of that could and will stop if Sony decides it. They now hold the key on what games is playable. Do you need a mandatory connection to online in order to play? Like, there's so many weird things that comes up when you have digital only games. It goes on to say, and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital. Physical game disc production for all new games released for PlayStation console will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital format only. The transition has no impact on games that are already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in the disc format. This is pretty crazy, bro. It really is like the end of an era, and it's sad because basically every single game ever will just be digital. And even if you go to the store, you'll get the GTA treatment where they'll hand you a like a case, but in that case will just be a code. So when that kind of happens and people know that, because a lot of people won't know, a lot of people still go there, and then once you give about like a couple of years of people realizing that you only get a code inside the case, everyone will just buy it digital. And then at that point, PlayStation has monopoly on the games, on the prices, and then they could charge whatever they want. We already see games moving to the 80 price, and then we see whispers and rumors of it going to 100. What's to say that PlayStation, a couple years down the road, they don't decide what they want to charge altogether? There will be nothing to stop them. The politicians don't seem to care. No one seems to care. It's just constantly chipping at the consumer and making the worst decisions possible. The only thing that could really stop this is competition, which Sony is severely lacking and they're taking advantage of right now. It says this is the natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as general preference for digital media significantly outpaces digital discs. The transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play the game. Most, not all. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games. Whether that's at retailers or PlayStation Store, we'll remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. So that is absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. It's difficult to even speak of the ramifications this will have. Like, imagine if movies did that. Imagine if everything was just like digital. You don't own anything anymore. You just license it. Also, keep in mind, PlayStation is currently being sued because of the way that their digital store operates. A group of people out of the state of California is suing them because when they sell you a copy through their digital store, they're not actually selling it. Even though they say buy and sold, it's really licensing. And at any point in time, PlayStation can take away that licensing and take away your access. And there is a couple of rare cases where they did it, but still having that ability to take away something that the person paid for, where they used to not be able to do that at all, but then also being able to choose the price that you want because you literally dominate the market is insane. They have another blog post here where they talk about an update to the PlayStation Store for PlayStation 3. Changes start this year in select markets, followed by global changes in 2027. It's always, we look at the graph and the graph says this, we look at this and it says that. Like, they always do that, bro. They always are trying to like follow the trends. This is just executives trying to figure out how they can maximize money. After nearly 2 decades of supporting the PlayStation 3 generation, we wanted to let you know that we'll be closing the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 5 Vita. This is the thing, right? Closing the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, while also announcing that all of the games will be sold digitally. Doing that on the same day is crazy, and it also emphasized why they should not be doing this. If you skip down, it says, as PlayStation Store continues to evolve to support the modern commerce system, including updated payment processing standards, PlayStation 3 and Vita are no longer able to support these updates at a level required. As a result, we will need to close the PlayStation Store on these devices in the time frame as follows. For the country Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua, the closes started all the way back in August 2026. For additional Latin American countries and Middle Eastern countries, they also started closing late 2026. But then everywhere else will start closing July 2027. I mean, what? Like, are the people who own those consoles supposed to just start rushing and buying whatever games that they don't want and they may have wanted? This obviously has sparked wide backlash across the internet. The tweet where they made this has 40,000 likes but 39 million impressions, with most people being absolutely shocked, appalled, and devastated that they are doing this. This is not consumer friendly at all, and this is only done to serve PlayStation and their endless greed. And if you think Xbox will be a safe haven, guess again, because Xbox is also testing this to digital feature to convert physical games to digital versions. They say that it will work on Xbox One and Series games. It also says digital entitlement tied to a specific disc and can be moved from account to account if you swap this with another person. The disc will also work after being digitalized and only lose digital entitlement if you loan or sell it to someone else. And not only that, but Microsoft is already projecting for their next hardware to lack a disk drive. So the whole idea of like backwards compatibility and like your old collection popping that into a new format truly does end with the console we have now. It's dark days for gaming. Both of these companies continue to do things that's just absolutely unasked for and it only serves to help them.